Hi everyone, welcome to our channel Mindful Convo. So for today the topic is balance scorecard. So this is a very famous topic in advanced performance management exam and it is asked very frequently in the exams. So we will be discussing about what are the perspective within this particular approach. So balance scorecard is a performance management tool which is used to track the performance of the company and highlights the areas on which priorities should be given to achieve the objectives of company. So this contains both the financial and non-financial measures. It helps focus managers' attention on strategic issues and the management of the implementation of strategy. So it is important to remember that the balance scorecard itself has no role in the formation of strategy. In fact, balanced scorecard can coexist between strategic planning systems and other tools. So basically, balanced scorecard is not forming any strategy, it is in fact measuring what are the perspectives, and it is just measuring those perspectives, and after that we are trying to analyze then on which perspective we have to focus more for betterment of the organization. So balanced scorecard design uses four perspective approach to identify what measures are used to track the implementation of strategy. So number one is financial perspective. So this perspective measures the financial performance of company. Is the company financially strong or not? So this particular perspective will be measured by measuring the profits or ROCE. And there are so many other measures also by which you can try to conclude whether your financial perspectives are fulfilling or not. Then other perspective is customer perspective. So in this we need to think from customers point of view, what product will they like more. Accordingly we need to work upon those products so that our financial objectives will be satisfied. So what are the measures to measure this perspective? So very common measure is feedback forms. So you can distribute the feedback forms after the end of any class or in any mall to take the feedback from the customers or students that how the mall is working, what are the processes which are working in the mall are fine or not, or whether a tutor is teaching its students in a good way. So you can easily track the performances by filling up the feedback forms, and you can also try to measure this perspective by seeing the brand popularity, that what is the brand popularity. Like if higher the brand popularity, it means your customer perspective is getting satisfied. So customer satisfaction will be measured by introducing feedback forms and also by reducing waiting time for customers and observing the brand popularity and even the market share. So if your market share is good, that a huge amount of customers are purchasing your product, then also it means that it is the customer satisfaction which the company is gaining. Now, other one is internal process and perspective. So this perspective measures how much efficient our internal processes are as compared to other business. So what business should do to boost its performance. So here this perspective can be measured by checking upon the waste reduction and trying to make our processes lean and reducing the cycle time. So you should try to reduce the waste and also the cycle time, if there is like if you have on the machinery and it is producing unnecessary electricity, so you should keep a check upon it, that whether unnecessary lights are not on, machinery is not like running in a very inefficient manner. So all these points will save a lot of your cost, and these are included in internal process and perspective, because if there is lot of waste is produced, so no doubt your product is getting wasted, and also you need to apply more cost to dispose of that waste. So indirectly it will cause harm in many ways. Okay, so it was all about this perspective. Then other perspective is learning and growth perspective. So this perspective talks about innovation, that how much you are innovative to put efforts within the company, that how much you can improve your process and add value in it by introducing new technology into the process. So it can be measured by calculating the revenue generated by selling new innovative products introduced in, let's say, last 12 months. And you can also measure it by seeing that if the training is provided to the employees, and if they are working upon a new product by using that training, then also you can measure that what are the data as compared to the previous data, and whether this perspective is getting fulfilled or not. So these are very good perspectives on which you can measure everything, but there are some limitations also. Like employees show criticism towards it to avoid accountability for results, because if there is any discrepancy in data, like data is getting down as compared to previous one, then anyone needs to be answered that what is happening, why it is happening. So people generally refuse this approach because they have to answer. Then huge cost is involved to collect the data, and there are also chances of inefficient data as well. Then frequent follow-ups are required. So if scorecards are not followed upon frequently, results will not be fruitful. So focus is more towards internal perspectives here. There are no thoughts about the external stakeholders, that how are they working with the company, how are they connected with the company, how are they going to affect the functioning of the company. And it does not consider competitors into the model, and which is really required to firstly analyze the competitors. So this was all about this model. I think everything which I have explained is exhaustive. You can just understand this model on the basis of this video, and you can easily apply this model in the questions given in an exam, because in the exam what the questions can be asked, they will ask you that what are the financial perspective, how are they getting measured, whether it is achieved or not. So you have to just write 2 or 3 lines which I have told you, and after that the measures I have also mentioned in this video, you can just try to calculate or suggest. They can also ask you to suggest any one measure, so you can just suggest these measures to them, because these are generally common measures which I have picked up. They can be easily fit up in any example, any question in the exam. So you have to just behave in a proactive manner and try to relate all the content with your question. So, and also what else they can ask about it, the limitations which I have already discussed. So limitations they also ask frequently within the sub part in the questions, so you can easily answer. And even the limitations which I have explained in the video, it is these are the common limitations which can be easily picked up into any question, so you can write those limitations as well. So in case of any other doubts, you can ping me anytime in the comment box and I'll answer you. So feel free to contact me. So keep in touch, stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe the channel so that you will be notified for new upcoming videos. So thanks a lot. Goodbye.